I can sum up the show for you with one word. Nothing. Nothing? Nothing.
Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing. I still don't know what the idea is.
This is the show, and we're not gonna change it.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of This is the Show, a big episode 50. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Webb.
Casey McGowan. Happy Friday, folks. Happy 50th Friday.
That's
50th
right.
Friday.
We've
Also,
been-
happy April 1st, April Fool's Day, first day of April.
That's right. I have
Yeah.
no April Fool's jokes lined up, but you know what we can expect, as always.
What?
We can expect big brands to be doing some pranks all social media, you know.
It's funny. Companies love pranks. They love it. I hate it, by the way. Don't prank me tomorrow or today.
Yeah, you're not a big prank guy. I've pranked you a couple of times and you got mad at me.
I don't like it.
Casey's been mad at me 2 times in our whole friendship, and I think one of them was a prank.
I get scared. You got a little quiet. What happened there?
I got a little quiet. Oh, how is this better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all right.
Do I sound good? I sound loud?
You sound great. Yeah, you've
Okay,
never
'cause
sounded better.
I turned myself up from what it was saved to last week because I was a little low.
Good.
Sorry about that.
You were a little low.
Folks listening, I apologize to the listeners. I was a little low. I got a new sound thing a couple months ago now, but still haven't figured it out yet. So sorry about that. So I should be good this week, but I just wanted to double check.
Hey, at least it wasn't the headphones mic, you know.
Oh, I apologize for that one. Write it. Listen to show69@gmail.com if you think that I stink, because I think I stink.
No, you don't stink. Everybody loves you.
Big stink.
You know what we don't love though?
What?
Pranks.
Oh yeah, dude, get out of here with your prank. I think we talked about this last year. It was around the April 1st episode. We were like,
Yeah, I think
we
that's
got into
right.
this. Was of like, yeah, write in. This is the show69@gmail.com if you are pro pranks, because I'm anti prank. I love the Jackass movies, but don't do that stuff to me.
Well, the thing about the Jackass movies, for the most part, everybody's in on it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're just, yeah.
You got a delay?
No. There's no delay. There's no delay.
Okay. No, there's a cat. This is a
Yeah,
chaos
there's a
episode
cat.
already.
Well, yeah, no. But the thing with Jackass is like everybody's kind of in on the joke. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's just it's everyone's roughhousing.
Rough.
No one's, you know, yeah.
The big
They're
rough.
not pranking strangers.
No.
Very rough.
Yeah, definitely not. Although I saw the new one and they do well, I guess everybody's in the cast. You know, like if you're in the area of where it's happening. If I ever see a production assistant that's like, hey, we're filming the new Jackass movie in this area, I'd be like, I'm going the other direction. I don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
It's a big U-turn. You're gonna get slapped with like the world's biggest hand or something, you know.
That was their famous, give them the Will Smith. All right, that's the only reference we'll make to it. Sorry.
You know what's funny is when the whole Will Smith thing happened, or just the Oscars in general, we're like, we got to recap the Oscars, and then the
I
whole Will
know.
Smith thing happens, and we were like, bro, we got to talk about it on the episode. But then what happened was, because that was on Sunday,
Yeah.
so that happened Sunday night,
Yep.
and by Monday afternoon, I was completely fed up with everything
Oh.
related to Will Smith. I
Hate
just
it.
did not want to hear it. I didn't want to see the memes. It was like, I've never seen a meme get killed faster than that moment.
It's so perfect for our show to be like, we're going to talk about the Oscars next week. And then something happens. And me and Alex were like, I think both of us were like, we're not talking about it. We're over.
No way.
Everybody's already talked about it. There's no joke that hasn't been made. There's no take that hasn't been had. The only take and the only joke I have about it is, which I actually got to credit to my buddy Damien, who texted me. And he was like, it's crazy because there was all these takes that came out about it of like who was in the right, who was in the wrong, whatever. There was a whole discourse. And Damien said, the only take that anyone should have, which is the one that I feel like both of us have, which was, damn, that was crazy. LOL. You know what I mean? Which is exactly how I feel. I'm like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all
Yeah,
I have
100%.
about it. You know?
It was funny too because Shelby, so I was watching in my office actually right when it happened, and Shelby had walked in saying that that like something was happening in the living room, like she needed help with something, and then so I turned on the TV in the living room, but I watched it happen from my other monitor here. I watched it and I was like, that was wild. And then I went back to like when he slaps him, I get up like right in that moment and then go to the living room. And then I had to like watch the replay videos of it that immediately went up on like all social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that was like a huge moment. And I was like walking through my hallway to the living room because when it happened, I was like, oh, that was staged. Like there was there was just nothing, you know, crazy. Anyways,
like that's how
whatever. We're not going to talk about it.
I was watching the whole Oscar show with my girlfriend, and then it was like 9:30 and it was a Sunday, and she was like, I think I have to go home. She gets for work, and she was like, I'm gonna go home and like get ready for bed and go to bed. And I was like, cool. And then it happened right after she left. It was like right when she was like, I just got home. I was like, well, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock in the face. And so she was like, what? So she missed it. But yeah, I also was like, yeah, I was also kind of just bored of the Oscars in general. It wasn't a good show. Everybody was making fun of it already. And like all the people won that I expected to win. Shout out to Coda. Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a great movie. It's a feel good movie. I felt good, Jerry. But you know. So yeah. But this actually works out because I forgot to tell you, we have an email. We have a listener's suggested topic. I forgot to tell you this. Your mom sent an email, or she sent it just to me. She sent it to me like via Instagram. So we got a DM for an email, and she sent a listener topic challenge. So we actually
got it.
We actually don't.
Oh, that's perfect.
I mean, that's our whole thing. So if you want to just do that, I mean, we kind of talked about the Will Smith thing, but that was it. And that was the Oscars, you know?
Yeah. There was not really a whole lot else. Although I will say I was happy that Will Smith took home that award.
Great movie.
Because King Richard was unreal. Yeah.
You watched it like 3 days before. You posted about it. I saw it and I was like, oh, he finally watched it.
I did. I told you, I was like, I'm going to sneak like one or two more in. I was going to watch West Side Story. I gave up on that.
You got to watch. Yeah, that's funny. I gave up on West Side Story too. I was telling you, I think we were talking on the phone, but I'll say it on the cast, which is I like musicals on the stage, but in movies, it's like they're just like talking. You know, there's a scene where he's like, well, I got to go to the dance or I can't. My parole officer, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you've changed. And he's like, get out of here. And then he walks out. And then one guy just goes, tonight's the night. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't with the singing. And it's too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also bailed on watching that movie.
Yeah. But Coda's like next up on the list. I think we're probably gonna watch that tomorrow night for Friday night movie night.
Yeah, watch it with Shelby. It's a good like family movie. You know, it's good.
Yeah. No poker.
You could watch that with like the whole family. You know.
Like bring grandma over is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like really like PG-13. Nothing crazy happens. Like, you know, Massachusetts. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, he's fishing.
He is fishing. They're fishermen in the movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Deaf fishermen. Wild. You don't see that a lot, but they're out there.
They're out there.
So, all right. What was I saying before that? What were we talking about?
You said that my mom emailed or like wrote in.
Yeah. The listener topic challenge. So she wrote in. She just gave us 3 topics, just in general. The first one is thoughts on losing a sock in the laundry. Do you keep the single sock outline? That's funny. So that's the first topic.
She watched the show, bro.
The second one is surprises, fan or not. Some people hate surprises, other people love them. And then the third topic is how do you feel about grading service for tip amount? Do you have a certain percentage you always give, or does it vary by attitude, performance, etc.? Share your thoughts, but don't want to intrude. Those are 3 good topics. So thank you for writing in, Alex's mom. We love you.
Thanks, Mom/Lori. We love you.
Yeah, I guess I could have said her name, but
nah, it's all right. Well, let me just start with the because surprises. We were talking about pranks, and I feel like surprises. I feel like surprises are adjacent to pranks. Works out extremely well. I love surprises. I love surprises the same way that I love what? All right.
You did like a glitch. You glitched out for a second.
Am I back?
You're a little back. You're a little like you're catching up.
It happened with you earlier. I just didn't. I let you freeze because you were like stuck for like 20 seconds. I was like, I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh damn! I should have let it go. Wow.
No, it's okay. So surprises / pranks. I'm a big fan of both. I love a good prank. When it's tasteful. No injuries, no, no mess, right? Like
no cleanup.
No cleanup. If your prank requires cleanup, I'm out. But I like a good prank, and I love a surprise. And you know what? And my family in general, they also love surprises. Like my mom, when I first moved to Arizona, she would just like randomly like show up into town from Alaska and like walk into my work, very like casual,
really?
And then like surprise the hell out of me. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, I cried every time.
Yeah. That's good. See, that's the thing. Prank is like, it's like hang with me here.
All right.
It's if surprises are Mario, then surprises, you know where I'm going. If surprises are Mario, pranks are Wario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like
I'm
the
not
evil,
even a video
it's like the evil
guy.
version. Yeah. No, but I see I see the connection. I see the thread.
Yeah.
I mean, what about you? Surprise guy?
I'll say this. Pranks, I don't like it at all. Don't prank me. I got nothing to do with a prank. Surprises though, there's a good time for a surprise. So I'm pro surprise when there's a good time for a surprise,
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're in the mood for a surprise. Other times you're like not in the mood for a surprise. But this is me. This is me. You know me. To quote your friends who you were hanging out with last week, I'm so anxious it makes them feel better about their own anxiety. So I'm like crazy. You know what I mean? This is not the norm, folks. Write in. This is the show 69@gmail.com. Are you pro or anti surprise and prank? But so it's just like, I think it's more of like a Casey thing. Like Casey is very, I used to talk about how I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like that.
Scared guy,
very nervous, So that's like a me thing.
Yeah.
But surprises, I understand. There's only good intentions with a surprise.
He's like, I get the concept of a surprise, and on occasion they're fine. I got to be in the mood for a surprise, but that's the whole point about the surprise is you're unprepared for it.
How funny is that? I'm like, I like a surprise, but could you tell me about it before it happens? They're like,
that's essentially what you're saying.
It's like, well, case defeats the purpose. I'm like, I know, but just so I have it in my calendar, you know what I mean? Don't worry, I'll act surprised, but I won't actually be surprised. You know what I mean?
When was this? I love the premise of just like a quick heads up on the surprise. Just like,
hey, are you going to be surprising me in the next 2 months? Like, I am actually going to surprise you. Like, whatever. That would just help me out,
When was the last time you had like a good surprise for you?
Well, we surprised
like
my girlfriend for her birthday. We did a surprise birthday dinner, but I was in on the surprise. I was not surprised. I like to surprise people. How about that?
Yeah. You like to surprise. You don't like to be surprised.
Yeah. You like both. You're in on both.
100%.
Pro surprise, pro surprising, right? Is that the right?
And pro prank.
Yeah, you are pro prank.
without the mess,
Yeah.
and with no injury.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So that was the last surprise I had. What was the last surprise you had?
The last time I was surprised has to be. The last time I was surprised was actually by my mom.
Mm.
My mom, she showed up to the Bay Area like 2 or 3 days before my wedding took place. And
Like,
she like, huh?
sorry, am I delayed?
No, that's okay.
Oh, I'm so
No,
worried about the delayed.
you're not delayed.
All right, I'm not delayed.
But yeah, so she showed up and yeah, she's there for like a couple of days. We hung out. It was great.
What was the last time you've ever surprised someone? Let me ask you that.
It's a good question. I don't know.
You haven't surprised somebody
definitely
in a while.
yeah. I think the closest thing to a surprise was probably the T-shirt that I bought you for Christmas. I mean, because Christmas, that's full of surprises. Like the whole holiday is a surprise. So I
That's
guess
true. That's
I guess
true.
Christmas.
Well, I surprised you with the gift. I feel like my surprise.
Cake.
Well, no, I told you about the cake.
That's true.
The cake for Thanksgiving. I told you about the cake.
That's true.
No, your Christmas present, the 100 Thieves hat and the socks. I feel like you wearing the hat.
Of course.
Oh, hell yeah. So I surprised you with that hat. And then you were like, oh, yeah, you did surprise me with the shirt. It was like 4 days later. That's right.
Because you were like, yeah, you didn't even tell me. Oh, you told me that I had something coming. Hey, all right, here's what happened. You
I
told
ruined
me
surprises. I tell everybody that I'm getting them something.
like, hey, just a heads up, I am surprising you. Yeah, no, but so you told me like a day or two before. You were like, hey, just so you know, you got some mail coming. I think you were worried it was gonna get like picked up off my porch, not knowing that I live in like rural
Oh, that's
suburbia.
right. That's funny. That's funny.
Like there's a total of like 3-4 people that walk these sidewalks on any given day. And so you gave me that heads up and I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's so funny because I had just got you something like that day or the day before for Christmas, but I didn't say anything. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I'll keep my eye out, you know. And then like 2 days later, your tools t-shirt came. I can't remember what the
Tools shirt.
Binford. Yeah, Binford
Yeah.
Tools.
From Home Improvement, my favorite show.
Yeah.
Favorite
Right.
show of all time. So I ruined that by being like, hey, by the way, well, you know what it was? 100 Thieves. I told you this. They don't, for some reason, when I did checkout, they didn't let me select to send it later. It was just like I put in your shipping information that I got from Shelby, and then it was just on the way. And
It was out.
It was like it's gonna be there in 2 days, and I was like, well, and it was way before Christmas. It was like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
It was like the second week in December, and I was like, well, I ruined that. But
Oh, it was great.
is that a thing with them? Do they let you select in general, or was that just me making a mistake on their website?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. If I had to guess, I would say that they don't let you do that, but they just use the shop app or whatever. So it's just like whatever they have built into it.
Shopify?
I think it is Shopify.
Yeah, that's what my old company, Buck Mason, used to use. That's the only reason why I knew that.
That's fun.
It's like a website building thing to like build in. Also, Teachable used to use Shopify for if you were using. No, they didn't. They used. I shouldn't be talking about what these companies be using, but whatever. I don't work there anymore. What do I care?
Yeah, what am I gonna do? Fire you?
Yeah, come on. They already did both of them twice. So
okay.
well, Teachable was more like it was a mutual like. I didn't want to work there anymore.
That's true.
And they're like, that's so interesting because we don't want you to work here anymore either.
Yeah.
It kind of worked out.
Yeah. Although it was, was that wasn't during COVID. That wasn't the beginning of COVID. That was
last March.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I worked there for like 7-8 months.
Yeah.
I worked there from like the summer of 2020 till March of 2021. I worked there for a while. Pretty decent chunk of change.
It's wild.
Yeah. Remember I took that vacation where I went away for like a week and I like didn't take off work and I was like working there and you were like, what are you doing? And I was like, man, I really hope that on Friday I can just like quit. But I didn't want to quit because I wanted severance. It was a whole thing. It's probably recorded on the podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if
From
we
that
go
time.
back, yeah.
Yeah. It's on like episode 6, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's in there. So
God.
that was a surprise. By the way, firing is getting fired a prank or is that a surprise? Is that
I
the
think-
company pranking your ass?
I think that's a surprise for sure, right? You're just like, because it's so unexpected and they're serious. The whole thing about the prank, it's a joke. It's not for real.
Yeah, but surprises can be fun. Like when I think of surprise, I think fun.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
think like
fun for them.
it is fun for them. But it could be fun. Well, yeah, fun for the that's fun. Fun for the company. Dude, can you imagine? Have you ever had to fire someone?
Yeah.
No, really?
I've actually had to, yeah. I've had to fire two or three people.
At your current job?
No, I'm not that
Oh.
kind of I'm not
Oh, I
that kind of
didn't know.
employee. But yeah, no. No, it's a fair question. No, when I worked for that record store, because I was like the manager. Like everybody worked for me,
King.
And
You had that power.
yeah, and so I fired a couple people.
How was it?
Pretty stressful.
Yeah, it's not. I couldn't imagine it's fun.
Okay, because you have to imagine also though that I'm 22.
Mm.
I'm 22, 23. This is my first job that has really taken me seriously. Okay, where I'm not just like, when I worked at the movie theater, I was working the concession stand in the box office, and I was sweeping up popcorn after the movie lets out. Like this was my first like job. Which, by the way, I loved working in the movie theater, bro. Real talk. If I could work part time, like 5 hours a week at a movie theater, that would be so sick. I would love that, dude. I think that'd be so much fun.
Doing what? Tearing the tickets? Working concession? Anything?
Like in whatever. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like just anything because then you get to see movies for free.
Well, here's the thing. You can. You can get a night job at the movie theater if you really want. You could get one tonight. You could go to
Just
that
walk
theater
in.
that you go to and be like, hey, I'd love to work nights. They'd be like, that's so great. We would love to have you work here at night.
There's this movie theater actually just like right down the street, the one that like there's never anybody at. And anecdotally, I heard that they are closing down because
Oh,
every time
no.
well, yeah, which I don't know if it's true. It's just the rumor mill of the neighborhood. But if they do close, I'm going to be sad. But it also makes sense because I've seen like 3 movies there, 3 brand new movies that had just come out, like Spider-Man, and nobody is in there.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm in an old people's neighborhood. They're not going out to see movies. Now the streaming services are out there watching TCM.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
TCM does have an app. I just got it.
But wait, so they have the app and the HBO Max section?
Yeah. The app is just their running cable channel. You just
Oh,
get the live
cool.
TV stream that's on TCM. 'Cause they just run movies 24/7.
That's amazing. It's funny because I love the TCM section of HBO Max. And so sometimes I'll just put it on and then walk away so that they see that people are using it. I really do this because I'm like,
You
I
don't wanna
want them
watch
to
these
keep it.
movies. You're
Well,
like,
no,
don't
I mean,
like
I want
these
to,
films.
I want to watch them, but I'm putting on like M is for Murder at like 2 p.m. and then like going into my office, just
Sure, yeah.
because I want them to see that people are using it,
Yeah. I should do that.
because if you don't use it, they take it away, and then I got, and then we have nowhere to watch like old Hitchcock movies,
Well, you could use it on the TCM app.
But if it's only when they're showing whatever's on cable, half the time it's gonna be
Yeah.
westerns.
Yeah. Well, they don't do all westerns. They do like a lot of like the dramas and like romance movies. So it's a lot of like soundstagey, Jimmy Stewart talking to Grace Kelly, in rooms. It's a lot of
Yeah.
that.
Right.
It's a lot of
Uh,
that.
in Rear Window,
In Rear Window, yeah, those 2 actors. That's right.
Hitchcock.
Grace Kelly, by the way, old school babe. One of the
Oh,
hottest actresses in the history of American cinema. It's crazy.
so true.
You watch those old movies, you're like, golly, give me a break
Yeah.
here.
I know. There's all these songs about Betty Davis's eyes, and
Mm.
I get it, but it's not. Yeah, Grace Kelly's just
Ain't no Grace Kelly.
no.
But yeah, I keep movies on while I'm working during the day because I work in my room because this is where my desk is and stuff. So my TV's
Mhm.
over there in front of my bed, and I'll just keep stuff on the TV, whether it's a podcast. I watch podcasts. I watch YouTube podcasts, or if it's like whatever streams of podcasts, or I'll put on movies during the day, or if it's like Seinfeld or whatever I want to watch. And I should just start putting on the TCM channel and just letting it run. Just go half in, half out on a movie, kind of peek in,
Yeah.
see what's happening. But yeah, you know what TCM does in October? They do the Universal Monster movie. Like they run that 24/7. So you're watching Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, the old Dark House, the Wolfman, the whole thing. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
At the record store I worked at, we would, it's like buy sell trade, so you can go there, sell your DVDs, sell your old CDs, your action figures, your books, your records, whatever, right? Like we'll just kind of like if it's media, we'll normally buy it. And people would bring in these like Blu-ray box sets of like all the Universal Monster movies in like this dope looking. I love a box set so much, and yeah, so like they'd bring those in, incredible. There's a box set. Excuse me, I had to burp.
Oh, okay.
That's all this Diet Dr. Pepper. It's going straight to my gut. What was I gonna say? Oh, like a crazy looking box set for Hitchcock movies, like you name it, right? Like, so anyway, so those would come across the counter. I almost bought one. They're like $150, $200 for these box sets. This is when Blu-rays were like top dollar, So a box set was crazy money. I had no story there. That was just a little anecdote. But
No. I like a box set too. The only box set I own is I own all of the Home Improvement DVDs on all the series on DVD, and it came in a toolkit. The box set is a toolkit. You've seen it.
Yeah.
That's the only box that I own. I own all of Home Improvement on DVD. Hilarious. But no, that's awesome. I'm waiting for the day. My buddy Frank always makes a joke. He's like, so when is it going to happen? When's the Blu-ray thing going to happen for you? Like it has to happen at some point. I'm like, it probably does have to happen. It's just not yet,
Yeah.
Because I'm not a record collector, but as you know, I watch a lot of movies.
You're a big movies guy.
So
Yeah.
it's like at this point, and but I don't really collect movie memorabilia either. So it's like, you know what I mean?
You should start.
Well, I have that new Long Goodbye poster. That was my Christmas
That's
present.
true. That's true. And that's sick.
Yeah, it's from the 70s. It was like really expensive. I can't believe Becca got it for me. But
that's so awesome. I love movie memorabilia.
You do. You got the Parasite poster right behind you.
I know. I wish I had like more stuff from Mondo, but again, their stuff's like kind of expensive. They do like the drop stuff, so it's like you can only buy it like right in that moment, and then they sell out in like 20 minutes. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, Mondo's big. I had a Mondo poster of Magnolia. It was Mondo art that I had in college, and you will not believe this. I lost it. Doesn't that suck?
Was it in the tube? In that cardboard tube to travel with?
No, it was framed. I lost the frame too. I lost the whole thing. It was when I moved from the old apartment to this apartment 5 years ago. So
got lost in the shuffle.
It got lost in the move because I was moving with Damien and Dwayne at the time, and I don't know. I must have left it. I think I left it in that old apartment.
You probably left it.
And then a bunch of people moved in and out, and it maybe just and that was it. It was framed.
Someone's got it. Someone's got that, and it's like up on someone's wall right now.
I know. It's tough.
Right in, folks. If you found Casey's Magnolia poster in what was that, Queens, Brooklyn?
That was in Bushwick. That was in deep Bushwick. That old apartment, yeah, that I lived in for a year. You remember that apartment?
Wild. The one with no windows?
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough.
Wild.
Wildest year of my life. That was a tough year.
It's phenomenal. Just a window is key. You can't have a windowless place.
No, it's tough. I know.
It's real tough.
The summer was rough. And I remember that's why I had to move so bad within that year. I was like, I can't do another summer,
Yeah. Because it's just,
couldn't do a
especially in New
second.
York, especially in New York, the tiny rooms with no window. It's kind of like a big coffin.
Yeah, it was tough. In the winter, it wasn't so bad, and like
That's surprising.
this was pre-COVID, so I wasn't home at all ever. So it was kind of
Mm.
just a place I would come home and sleep in. So
Yeah.
like it was, and I was doing comedy like so much back then because I was like still kind of new and like, you know, getting out there. So that this was 2017 into 2018, summer of 2017 into summer of 2018. So that was like I would go to work at Buck Mason all day and then go do comedy till like midnight, and then I would come home and sleep in that apartment and then go to work. You know what I mean? I was never home. So it kind of was
Yeah.
fine in that regard. And the
Yeah,
winter
you were
wasn't so
out.
bad because it was, you know, it was warm, so it was fine. You know, it was cold out, so it was nice.
You got to think about this.
Mm.
Someone's out there and they spent COVID in that apartment.
That's tough. I try not to think about it. Actually, no, that apartment I think everybody moved out of because it was a house where like comedians would just move in and out of. Like if you went through a
Mm.
breakup or if you had a bad falling out, you just moved into that apartment. It was my friend Brett and Jordan were the two, whatever, but they both moved out like a year after I did. So
But someone moved in.
someone, yeah, I like to think that that apartment just was put
It's
to rest.
vacant.
When Jordan finally moved out, because Brett moved out first, so I think in my mind I'm like, when Jordan finally moved out, I like to think that that apartment just went to rest. It was put to sleep.
Amazing.
It was the
Yeah.
end of an era for sure. But you know what's funny? That winter of 2018 into that summer was like one of the best times of my life. So it was so strange. I was working at Buck Mason. I only been there for like 6 months, so I wasn't like jaded and not getting paid for what I was doing at the time and all that sort of shit. So it was like
Right.
good. And then I remember I was always calling you. I was always talking to you on weekends for like 4 hours at a time. That's when the podcast idea really blossomed. We were like, we need to do this as a show. And then
Just sitting there talking.
dude, we would talk for like 4 hours on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
like
crazy. I
we
went
were
on one
the
date with Leno and we were like, we got to talk the entire afternoon.
yeah. Really truly surprising how dating Leno really brought us together in terms of like, I mean, not brought us together. We were obviously like best friends before that, but that was like the next level or like the next stage of long distance friendship because we would like dude, we were talking so much. We would text all day long about the Leno situation.
Yep.
And then I would get in my car
Yep.
and drive home,
And
which
call
means
me.
I would, yeah, because I'd be in the car for an hour and a half
Mhm.
and I would just call you. And then I would park outside my house and continue to stay on the phone with you from my car because if I drove into the basement parking lot, I'd lose you. And once a call disconnects with Casey and I, we don't call each other back.
No,
It's like
that's the end.
that was it. And so
Yeah.
I would just sit there. It was like I would just sit there in front of my apartment complex, stay on the phone with Casey. And
Well, I think
yeah.
that winter or spring of 2018 into that like summer of 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was before Shelby moved out here or out there, right? No, she was out there. She was probably out there at that point.
She was only just out here though. She
Yeah, it
moved
was
out
new.
here. Yeah, well, she moved out here summer 2017
Oh, okay, yeah.
or moved out to the Bay Area.
But even still, I don't know what it was. I guess both of us just had nothing going on Saturday and Sunday afternoons and mornings because we would talk on the phone for 4 hours sometimes on a Sunday and wake
Yeah,
up.
we talked a lot.
Yeah.
Even when I was in that apartment in Oakland though.
Oh, we were
talking on
well.
the phone
That's where it
for-
really started. That's when I was going through
yeah.
that breakup with my ex-girlfriend and you were out in Oakland by yourself and we would just call
Yeah.
each other like almost like six nights a week. We talked a lot on the phone.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was big.
And I couldn't recall a single conversation if you asked.
No, definitely not. I don't remember. I have no idea what we were talking about back then. Probably this. It was probably just like this.
It was this exact same conversation.
Yeah, but that was. But yeah, ironically, that was like legitimately one of the best times of my life was that winter of 20 and into like that summer, and then moving in with Damien and Dwayne when I first moved in with them. That was like we were just like partying all the time, and I was doing comedy, and Me and
Mhm.
Alon were making that web show with Mike that summer, and like, it's crazy. I was going on like 9 dates a week. It was insane.
Bro,
That was
you
a-
were dating back
that
then.
was a crazy time because
All first dates.
Well, don't say that.
I'm
That
just
makes
kidding.
me seem
I'm
like
just
a
kidding.
big failure. But-
I'm just kidding. There was like 3-4 dates in there.
Yeah. There's a few.
And some crossover. Come on.
What do you mean crossover?
I'm just saying, it was just casual, a
Yeah,
gal
yeah.
on a gal on a Wednesday and a gal on a Friday.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. I think the most I ever
Legend.
went on was like, I think I went on like 3 dates in a week, like within like 5 days, like between like a Wednesday and a Sunday. And I was like, this is crazy. I was spending so much money. I had no savings account at this time. I was just working and spending money on drinks on first dates. It
And
was
were you
crazy.
drinking back then? Yeah. You were
Yeah,
drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was
like,
probably
yeah.
the most. That was probably the most I was drinking. Was that time?
Yeah.
Because I was also like partying with Damien and Dwayne every weekend.
Crazy.
That's the thing. When you're single, you're partying a little bit more. You're putting yourself out there. You're going out of the town.
I could not imagine what I'd be like being said. I would never leave because I don't leave my house now. Like I don't ever, I don't think I'd ever go out. I'd probably just die alone.
No, I think in the beginning I was like that when I first went through the breakup, but then you get out there, you start putting yourself out there, and then it gets to a point where you're like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like that was fun for like 6 months, but it was like I need to.
The novelty wears off.
Yeah. You're like, all right, now I need to. Well, everybody makes a joke, but it was like, yeah, it was the summer. It was like that spring into that summer, and then the fall and winter comes around. You're like, all right, you know what I mean? It's not so funny. It's not so fun anymore.
Yeah. Well, and dating in New York. I mean, again, I never dated in New York, but I can imagine like it's cold. You're going from bar to bar. You're out. You're just out a lot.
Yeah.
People love being out in New York.
Well, I was like 26, I was like young. I was able it's so funny. I'm only 29 now, but it was like, I think I was probably 20. Yeah, I was like 25, 26. But, I was just out there. I was out there.
Crushing.
And I was doing comedy all the time too. That was the other crazy thing. I was like doing like open mics, like big open mics, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it was like,
You'd go to like 2-3 a night.
Yeah, and between that and going on all those dates and then working full time, it was like, yeah, I was never home. So I was never in that apartment.
It's crazy. You and I
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you and I so much the same and yet somehow completely different on a lot of stuff, mainly the activities, the going out.
Yeah, well, I've realized now since COVID is that when I'm home for too long, that's when the anxiety spikes. You know what I mean? I gotta be out. I gotta be away from myself. I gotta put myself out there.
It's good to be out.
And now that I'm in a relationship, it's like doing comedy, going to the movies, hanging out with my friends, watching a basketball game at somebody's house. It's hanging out with Becky. It's like that sort of stuff. I need to do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If I was single, I'd be going on 9 dates a week. I guarantee you. I guarantee it.
And completely exhausted from it. No. I mean, you go out like a very healthy amount. Your walks, your social activity. I'm the unhealthy. I go out to like do yoga in my backyard.
Yoga's big. That's healthy.
Go for a hike. Well, it's a recent thing because now I got the backyard though.
I was gonna say you're like mine is unhealthy, and you go. I do yoga outside. I go for hikes. I'm like these are very healthy activities.
I'm just saying like the social health. Like I'm not out like hanging out with people a whole lot. Shelby and I were talking about this. I don't really have like a whole lot of friends that live in town. I know people that live in town, but not people like adjacent to you, where I'm just like come over and do nothing. I got like 1 or 2 of them, but like listener Kev, he was here. That was awesome. But he doesn't live in town. Hey, Kev.
Well, that's what you said. You were like, I'm pulling a real Casey this week because you were texting me last week. You were like, my friends are coming over, just watching a movie, and I was like, nice.
Yeah,
I love it. That's the problem. That's why you and I can't stay in the same. We can't live in the same city because we wouldn't do anything else.
No, we really wouldn't.
We would do the podcast and then hang out with each other 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
We wouldn't, our wives would never get alone time with us because we'd always be hanging out together.
Be like, yeah. Oh yeah, let's definitely go to dinner. And can Casey come?
Yeah. Well, he should come, right? I mean, he lives in town. Why would he not come? Well, that's the thing. I got some buddies like that now. I have some friends like that. I feel like, not really. Actually, I feel like I did more before the pandemic. Pandemic made everybody do less, including me. I do less now, and I still try to do stuff, but we all do less.
Yeah. And then people moved away. A lot of your friends moved away.
A few of them, yeah, and people are getting married and stuff and settling down. Like 6 of my friends have quit stand up and quit comedy and like quit doing anything besides like staying home and watching TV with their wives every night. So it's like at that point, where do I fit in? I'm not the wife. I can't.
Yeah, you can't do the popover.
No.
You can do like you can do a popover at a friend's house if they just like live alone or if it's just like buddies.
Yeah.
But once you like live with your with your significant other, you can't pop over.
No.
You just can't. I mean, unless you're like super close with both of them, but that's a fringe case. Like you could pop over.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's because you're. Yeah.
And I would.
Yeah.
I would. You'd have trouble keeping me away from that house. I got to come out this summer. I got to surprise you.
You got to come out here.
I got a surprise. I got to do the surprise. Getting back to your mom's topics, by the way.
Yeah, we do because we've only got like 20 minutes left. But I got like 6 bedrooms. You could sleep in a different bedroom every night, and you'd still you got to come out here.
Maybe I'll.
You're like, you should come out here and sleep on my couch, and I'm like, you should come out and sleep in my guest suite. It's like, get out here.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the surprise. You like surprises? You admitted it on the podcast.
Well, you can't tell me you're doing a surprise.
But I won't tell you when I'm going to surprise. You won't.
You
know.
just told me.
But I'm saying you won't know exactly when I'm.
Hypothetical. It's a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right. I'll give you the hypothetical surprise.
There could be a surprise sometime. Sometime in the future from me, there could be a Casey surprise. You won't know though. I'll pop in.
Just let me know beforehand because I got a lot of stuff going on this summer. So just give me a heads up before you surprise me.
All right. See, now you get it. You get it. You understand the let me know about.
I'm just saying, 2 weeks from now, I got Claudia. Claudia, bro. Claudia's come out here 3 times.
He loves it. He loves it.
He does love it. I met him in 2019. He's come out of here 3-4 times. Okay. I met you in 2014. I've seen you 2 times in 6 years.
Been a pandemic.
Oh, pandemic, bro. First of all, that's fake. Okay. That was made up. All right. That's not even real.
That's the clip this week. Just that. Out of context.
That's just out of context. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But
in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks. Claudia's coming out here celebrating his 30th birthday.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
you told me that. Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
He's doing a whole party.
My 30th birthday is like the week after. Fuck. Man.
Well,
yeah.
Just let me know if you're gonna do a surprise.
A good surprise.
Well, I'm just saying, let me know because my mom's coming too. She's there's like a overlap. There's like Claudio's birthday party starts on like a Thursday, and then my mom gets in on a Saturday, and then the Claudio thing ends on a Sunday. So yeah, there's like a couple days of crossover.
And when is this? This is in April?
But my mom's here. Yeah.
In April. What week in April? Is that the week of my birthday?
It's like the 16th, 17th.
The 16th or the
like
17th?
That weekend.
Oh, okay. And Claudio's there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
my mom's gonna be here for like a week and a half.
In April.
Mm-hmm.
Like the week of, I'm going to Boston the first weekend in May.
That'll be
Maybe
cool.
in May. Maybe it'd be a surprise.
You know what you should really do? You should come out here in like August because it'll be super hot here. And it'll be super hot here. Or you can come out for July for my birthday.
Well, that's why I did.
It's gonna be hot until
I did the 2019. I did the birthday, so maybe I just do that again.
31.
The big 3-1.
Yeah, you're turning 30. I'm turning 31. This is some bullshit, man.
I know it's the worst. I'm turning 30
right, so
in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. April 24th.
I will say the first half of my 30s, or not my 30s, but the first half of being 30,
Uh-huh.
a little dread, a little, feeling out of place, not really, with the style, the trends, my interests. I'm like, is it okay to still listen to Taking Back Sunday? I'm having like a overthinking crisis, Um, the back half of my of being 30, cake, easy. I'm like,
Mm.
I've never felt better,
You
because
settle in.
because now I feel, well, you settle in and you get that confidence of like, I'm 30, don't fuck with me,
I like
it's
that.
nice.
I like
30, and I feel like honestly, Shelby thinks that her 30s are going to be like her sweet spot, of just like,
Sure.
like she's going to crush the I mean, she's only 20, she's 28 now. Okay.
that. Yeah, you're younger than me.
Yeah. I think my 40s, that's going to be my, like, I feel like I'm going to crush in my 40s, I'm going to
Sure.
give myself 10 more years of just figuring it out. But my 40s, that's really when it's going to happen, I think.
I think for me, it's going to be my 70s. I can see it happen. I'm going to give myself, I'm going to give myself 40 more years to figure things out.
I like
But
that.
My 70s, I'm really gonna, you know what I mean? It's all gonna come together.
Yeah.
In my 70s. I'm gonna be that old. Every
We're
time
going to be like
every time I see an old guy by himself, like eating at a restaurant, I always send it to Alex because I'm like, that's me. There's no way. There's no way I don't end up like that.
That's like I was at that diner like 2 Sundays ago, and that guy was eating the biggest fucking stack of pancakes you've ever seen. All of the waitresses knew him by like on a first name basis, and we're all going over to him. Okay, not in his section. They would walk over to him and be like, "Pete, how's it going?" Or whatever the hell his name is. He's wearing like compression socks with like the big black shoes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
wearing like cowboy Western cut Wrangler, not jeans, like slacks, like Dickies, but they were Wranglers. Okay. The big belt,
Like the pants I'm
with the
wearing
shirt.
right now. I'm halfway
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm halfway
The big,
there.
what the fuck? Oh, this is, oh my God.
Surprise.
No,
I
that's
got your
ridiculous.
ass. I got
Bro,
your
what
ass,
the
bro.
fuck, dude?
Come
This is
on.
ridiculous.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was
Hi.
coming.
Oh my
For the
God.
folks listening,
We did it, Casey.
we did it. We did it. See, my most recent. I can surprise.
Holy shit.
I can surprise.
Hi. Oh my
So for the
God,
folks
that's
listening,
crazy. I was like,
Alex
there's gonna be.
is-
We were just. Well, you probably heard it. Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
So for the
Wait,
folks
hold on, these are on
listening.
backwards.
Thank you.
Oh, of
Oh
course.
my
Yeah.
God.
Thanks for.
Oh my
I was,
God, this is crazy. Hold
We-
on a second. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Please. I'll talk.
that's so funny.
So Alex's mom showed up and surprised him. For the folks listening, they're
Hey,
hugging
you are the
now.
worst, by the way.
Me and Alex. Me and Alex's mom. We planned this for like 2 weeks, and we did it. We got him. And he's surprised, folks. And we had the questions with the setup. The whole thing worked. We did the whole thing.
Wow.
I set him
Wow.
questions. You're gonna, dude. I'll tell you, that's a hell of a clip, by the way.
That is a hell of a
Because
clip.
I can do the cut from you being like,
Jesus.
"I love surprises. My mom surprises me," and then I surprised you.
And then you surprised me. That's ridiculous, dude.
Okay,
Well-
Holy.
finish your show. I love you.
All right. I love you too.
Well, we got to wrap
my
up.
God.
We got to wrap up early. I was waiting for it. I was like, I know it's coming at some point. I had
That's
the-
wild.
I had the Instagram thread. We were corresponding this
That's
for
so
like
funny.
for like a month. That's why I
That's
tricked you.
ridiculous.
That's why I texted you. I was like, I got to do it on Thursday because she didn't get in until yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we set the whole thing up.
Oh, this is why you pushed the cast back?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
That's why I wasn't
That's
saying
crazy.
anything this week because I was so nervous that I was gonna fuck it all up. But she was like, I really want to do it when you guys are doing it on air. And I was like, yeah, it's a idea. And then I was
You know
gonna-
what?
we talked about how I
She's-
ruined
she-
stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna ruin
Well,
it.
bro, I was just gonna say she hit me up like 2 weeks ago and she was like, wouldn't it be crazy if I just like walked in while you were recording an episode? And I was like, yeah, that would be crazy. My God, bro. All right. So service tips. I'm a big tipper. No.
Oh man. So you're genuinely surprised. We got you.
Of course I'm surprised.
I feel accomplished.
How could I
then.
not be surprised? My mother and bro, I was just telling the whole story. My mom would walk in when I was at work. I gave like the whole thing, you know?
As you were saying
My
that,
family
I
loves
was like-
surprises, bro.
as you were saying all that, I was like, the clip is just gonna be like just perfect clip.
It's just making
episode.
itself.
It's making itself and I was teeing you up for it. I was like, so who would surprise you? Knowing that your mom, she told me that she does this. I knew. So I'm like, what? She's really doing that?
Yeah.
And then when you were like,
You're
when
like,
you were
damn, that's crazy.
yeah, I gave you the damn that's crazy because you were like, well, you know, my mom's coming in April. And I was like, when is she coming? I was like, that's crazy. Like, what? I was trying to stay on the topic and then, you know, but we were waiting on her to walk in. So
Wow.
I feel like we gotta
bastards.
we gotta wrap up a little early. We can't you can't just be like, all right, Mom, I gotta talk
You
about
can't just like leave
socks."
my mom hanging out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I told her, she was like, oh, I'll come in around like 5.
Sorry, I got to talk about Morbius.
Well, that's next week, bro, because I'm seeing it tonight. You're gonna go party with your family.
Oh,
I'm gonna
are you
go
really?
see- No, but I was thinking about going to the movies by myself after this.
Oh my
Um,
god.
But yeah, so we'll wrap up a little early this week. I'll hit them with the plugs. I think we almost did an hour. We did an hour almost.
We almost did. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's wild.
surprise, bitch.
You son of a Yeah, I can't believe you, man. That's crazy.
So
You really
now-
held on to that.
I told you. I was so nervous going into
Yeah.
it. Doing this episode, you're like, I haven't heard from you. What's going on this week? And I was like, you know, the words were typed out. I'm surprised
my-
you with your mom. But I'm like, don't send it.
You're like, don't send it, you son. Oh my
Uh,
god.
But yeah, she hit me up a couple weeks ago about it, and then we planned it all out that way. And I was texting Shelby today. I was like, well, let me know what time you're gonna go get her and have her come over and the whole thing. So
Wait. Shelby went to go pick her up? Or no?
no,
No, my sister must have.
Your sister, yeah, sorry. But I was like, let me know.
Oh, okay.
I was texting with Shelby.
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
what time she's gonna-
Like what the plan is.
yeah, when to come over. So there was multiple people involved. It wasn't just me. I can't take all the credit.
Yeah.
But
Casey's like, I single-handedly orchestrated this.
I'm a mastermind. No, I'm terrible at surprises. Now what we need to do is in August, I'll surprise you. You'll be doing the cast with your mom, and then I'll show up.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little guest appearance on.
Yeah. You and your mom will be doing the show, and then I pop in. You won't see that coming.
That's wild. I
So,
won't.
But anyways, folks, Alex's mom showed up. It was a great moment, great clip. We got it recorded on the podcast. We got it on
Jesus.
air for life. So
That was
happy
nuts.
Friday,
That was so awesome.
April Fools, because it comes out on April.
Oh, boo. Nah. Yeah.
This could count as a prank. A fun prank.
Yeah. Well, the whole setup too. That was very well orchestrated. That was nuts.
Yeah, with the email. You didn't question it. You didn't
was
know.
good.
You really didn't know.
I didn't know, although I was like, this bastard didn't give me a heads up we were doing a 3-topic challenge.
Well, that was the trouble.
But then I
wanted
was like,
to do it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just play it off.
Yeah.
I forgot.
nah. You did it perfectly, because I would have sat on it too long. I've been like, that's like a weird thing. You know, my mom is, it's like the third time she's done that, yeah, it would have been a whole thing. So no, it was great.
But anyways, folks, it's Friday. Alex's mom surprised him. She's here. They're probably going to go get some food or something and hang out.
I'm starving, actually.
Well, it's perfect timing. But here's the thing, folks. Write in. This is the show 69 at gmail.com. Did you love this moment? Did you enjoy it? Let us know. We want to hear about it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the show podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, helps build the audience. Or subscribe to us on Spotify. This is the show podcast, or Apple Podcast, or Google Podcasts, or Audible, or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow, leave a comment, leave a 5-star review on any of those apps. We love that. Follow us on Instagram. This is the show podcast. I post every week the new clip. Follow us on TikTok. This is the show podcast on TikTok. New clips every week. I got a ton of work to do tonight after the podcast, so I can't really. I got to edit the episode. I got to get the clip together, the whole thing. So follow us on there. I'm working hard on it. We're trying to build a following. This is the show podcast. or this is the show 69 on Twitter. And then you can follow me at Case McGowan with 2 N's on Instagram and Twitter.
And
Where
you
can they
follow
follow
me?
you?
You can follow me at Alaska, AALASKAA. And yeah, with that, episode 50, the big surprise episode for episode 50. That really worked out.
The big surprise for episode 50.
But yeah, happy Friday, folks. And with that, yeah, episode 50, we love you.
We love you.